And if I want any fish, I know where they are. So I'm the main person who take care of the family when I was 9 years old. I'm so proud of myself. But when I was 12 or 13, the electricity came to my village. And then the TV came. The TV bring the new word to us. They said, you are poor. You have no car. You have no big house. I start to feel bad after that because I have no cars, no big house. And then the one prime minister at that time, he said, there's no poor people in the group of diligent people. If you work hard, you will not be poor. That made me feel exciting to go to Bangkok. I feel like I will not be poor because I can work harder than normal people. So I went to Bangkok, spent 7 years in Bangkok, worked very hard, no day off for many years. I worked more than 8 hours per day. But my life in Bangkok very miserable. I don't have enough to eat. I eat a bowl of noodle per meal, or sometimes just a plate of fried rice. But hard work people like me, we need a lot of food. We live in a small room with many people. Very hot. I start to have questions inside my head. Why people have to work 8 hours per day? I asked many people. People said, you're crazy. This is the way the world is. Everybody have to work 8 hours per day. But I feel like it's wrong. Why humans have to work 8 hours per day and not have enough to eat? Because when I was a kid, nobody worked 8 hours per day. They work only 2 months a year. 1 month of planting rice, another month of harvesting the rice, another 10 months is free time. That's why in Thailand, we have a lot of festival every month. It's fun. But now, we are civilized. We develop a lot. And people work harder and harder. It makes me think about what's the meaning of development? What's the meaning of civilization? That means people have to work harder and harder. I start to think, when I was a kid, nobody worked 8 hours per day. But when I was young, everybody worked 8 hours per day. And now, I'm 53 years old. People work more than 10 hours per day, every day. Even they say they have day off, but they still work at home. Imagine if we develop the way of living in this way. In the next 10 years, when my son growing up, how many hours he can sleep? So this makes me question a lot. Why we have to develop our life in the way that make it harder and more complicated? So I feel like the way we live now is wrong, very wrong. I make decision to quit the job in Bangkok. I feel like Bangkok is not a city for human. It's a place for robot. Human need love, need freedom, need to be happy. But to be in the city, you cannot think about that at all. Just think about work and work and work and work and die. So that's very boring life. So I went back home. I feel very confused with my life. What can I do? I quit my job. I have no salary, no insurance, nothing. But when I went back home, I started to think, I want to be like a villagers. But villagers in my village totally changed. They are not happy like when I was a kid anymore. They work harder than before. They grow rice. After they grow rice, they grow tapioca. And after that, they grow corn. They grow all year round. But the more they work, the more they poor, the more they in debt. So I cannot be villagers again. What can I be? It's very hard for me to live. I feel like the world is so lonely. Nobody that I can talk with. But I just come back to myself and think, at least I need to have food to eat. We born to be human, we should not be hungry. And then we grew up in the most fertile country in the world, in tropical country. We have more food than anybody. Why we have to be poor? I feel sad that a lot of Thai people eat chicken bone, chicken feet, chicken head, no meat. We are farmers who grow food, but why we don't have food to eat? There's something wrong in our thinking. So I start small garden at the beginning. Maybe 1/4 of acres, very small. I collecting all the vegetable seed in the village. I got 50 varieties of vegetable. But each of them I grow not more than 5. 5 chilies, 5 eggplants, 5 beans, 5 papayas, everything not more than 5. But 50 variety in small area. I spend only 15 minutes to water the garden. And then after that, I start to make compost myself, collecting straw, make a pile, collecting cow dungs in the village. My village have a lot of cows. Before the cow walk out of the village, they poop a lot. So I pick up. So the whole village gossiping about me. They said, oh, he went to study so long in Bangkok. He read too many books, and now he have mental problem. He came back home and collecting cow dungs. So I feel like collecting cow dung is good thing because you clean the village, you make the village look good. Why people think I'm crazy? So that means the whole village is crazy. Only me become normal. So I feel proud of myself. The person who feel bad the most is my mother, because my mother expects that I will go to the city and learn a lot and success in my life and come back home. But I came back home with nothing. But after I make the compost and I put in the garden, only 3 months, the whole garden looked green and nice. I noticed that my mother changed a lot after that. Because my mother needs to work hard and save 3,000 baht per month. I don't know how many to compare to Malaysians' money. 3,000 baht to buy food to feed 6 people in 1 month. But after I make the garden 3 months, my mother went to the market and she come back with bare hand. Because in the market there's less than 5 varieties of vegetable. But in my garden, 50 varieties. So my mother start to deposit money, 3,000 baht per month every month after that. So she feel happy. It's okay if you are crazy, as long as we can deposit money every month. So I discovered that I work only less than 1 hour per day, but I can produce enough food to feed 6 people in the family. That make me think, why I'm so stupid? I work 8 hours in Bangkok, not enough to feed only 1 person. So I cannot go back to the city anymore. And then I discovered that 1 family cannot eat the whole 5 chilies plants. So we need to sell the surplus. We make another 200, 300 baht per day after that. Minimum wage at that time is 100 baht per day. But I work only less than 1 hour per day. But I make 200 baht at least. So I feel like life is very easy. Why people have to work so much? I have my own food. I feed the whole family. And then after that, I want to have a house. But to have a house like a normal people, it's very hard, spend a lot of money. Some people spend 30 years to be in debt to pay off for the house. Some people, they die before they finish pay off the debt of the house. So I cannot build house like a normal people. When I look at the birds, I feel ashamed. The bird never go to university. The bird have no credit card. But they can make a beautiful nest in 2 days. But clever human like us, we know everything. We know who's the first prime president of America. We know how far the moon from the sun. We know everything. But we cannot build a house. That makes me feel sad. Human, why we are so stupid like this? So I make a decision to make a bamboo hut. I went to the bamboo clump and chop them down and make a small house. To call a house I feel ashamed, it's too small, so I said a hut. But I love it because small hut, bamboo hut is very comfortable to live in there. I clean the house only 1 minute per day. But my friend who's a teacher who borrowed money from the bank and built 2-story house, he spent 1 hour per day to clean his fancy house. I feel proud of myself. In 1 year, I spent only 365 minutes per year. But my friend, 365 hours per year. You can do many things in this much time. You can take a nap, you can travel, you can do many things. But he spent money cleaning the house. So I love small house after that. But one day, I come across with earthen house. I start to build the first earthen house in Thailand. I spend only 2 hours per day, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock every day, making bricks, mixing the mud with rice husks and water, and making bricks. 3 months, I got a house, a very stable house. I feel like house is very easy. Why people have to spend all their life to build a house? And after that, I keep building house every year. In my hometown now, there's 4 houses in the northeastern of Thailand. After that, I moved to the north of Thailand in Chiang Mai. Now, I have more than 20 houses in Chiang Mai. I did not have a lot of money like many people, but I have many houses. The problem is tonight where I'm going to sleep. It's a big problem. So, I have been conduct a lot of workshops in Thailand, all over the country. Help people to build a house. Because house is so easy. My son, 9 years old, he started to build his own house. Anybody can build houses. So, house is not a problem anymore now. It's so easy. You can build house anytime, anywhere. And after that, I'm a person who stopped buying clothes more than 30 years right now. I never buy any clothes. I use old clothes. Because I feel like we have so many clothes on this earth. Why we have to buy a new one? And I used to think about when I was in Bangkok, why I never have enough money. I think about myself, where did my money go? I found that 60% of my income I spend for what we call fashion, what we like or we don't like. So we spend so much money to buy something that we don't need it. So I just stopped buying clothes. It changed my life a lot. And before that, I feel very shy because I'm poor. I have low education. I'm not clever like a normal people. I'm so shy until I cannot talk with women. I become virgin man until 30 years. But After I stop buying clothes, I don't care the fashion. I be myself. I don't want to be like a movie star, like a singer. I don't want to be like anybody. I'm one on this earth. I'm unique. When I start to think like that, I don't know. My self-esteem rising up inside me. When I'm confident in myself, people confidence in me. I think this is the real charm in our life. Even I dress very expensive clothes, nobody knows it's expensive. If I told them, oh, this clothes is $100,000, they look at me, oh, it's fake one. You're poor. So, after I changed my thinking, one woman came to me and she said she wants to marry me. So it's the first time I married in my life. So it seemed like your life is always easy and easy. So we live together now in Chiang Mai, 20 people live together. Nobody buy clothes. If my clothes look too old, we dye them with the leaves, with the clay color. We got a new clothes. And then one woman, she don't like her t-shirt. She cut off the top part of it, and then put a rubber on top and become a skirt. She put a skirt t-shirt, walk into the city. Do you believe that? There's a magazine from from Europe, follow her to take a picture. So the fashion is, if it comes from inside you, it's more interesting. New idea, you have your own idea, your own imagination. That's more important than fashion. And after that, all of us never follow fashion. Because fashion is waste a lot of money. If we follow it, we never catch up with it because we follow it. So we don't need to follow. We need to lead the fashion. So now my life is very easy. I just dress what I have. If people don't like me, it's their problem, it's not my problem. So I'm happy. That's good enough. I should not suffer to make people happy. It's impossible to make other people happy, but it's possible to make myself happy. That's the way it is. And the most important thing is self-healing. Because when I left Bangkok, one thing that I worry most is when I get sick, what will happen? I have no money, no insurance. So I learned to do self-healing. I use water for healing. I use clay for healing. I use herbal plant for healing. I feel like it's good. I can help myself a lot. But actually, I misunderstand that. I thought if I quit Bangkok, if I quit my job, I will have no money. Actually, when I start to move to the village, I have saving money more and more and more. Because I got 200 baht per day, every day. And I deposit all of them. Because I did not invest money in farming. I invest labor. The more I use labor, I have more energy and have more money. So I have money. Even I don't want it, but I still have it. So after I came back home to rely on myself in the 4 basic needs: food, shelter, clothes, medicine. That changed my life. I feel confident. I feel like this is the real freedom on this earth. Even you have a lot of money, but if you cannot rely on yourself in these 4 basic things, that means no freedom. You have more fear, more worry, more stress. And now, I married and have a family. I have a son. Many people worry about to have a son. They have kids. You need to spend a lot of money. But we don't spend any money with kids. We don't feed food or water to my kids almost 1 year. We give only milk from mother. So feed only mother, don't feed the baby. So give massage to mother every day, give a good food every day, and then she produce good meal for the baby. So my son growing up very healthy. And now my son is 13 years old. We don't send him to school. Because school spend a lot of money, spend a lot of time. School kill a lot of people. Because school torture the kids. The kids have to have fun, have to be happy. But they put all the kids into a small room and let them stay there, listen and obey the command. So the kids suffer a lot. Many kids have mental problems because they go to school. So out of school, they learn a lot. So my son now, we do homeschooling, we're teaching at home. He learn everything by himself. We don't need to teach. When they're happy, they learn a lot. So now our family is very happy. So we live together as a community now. We have 20 people live together. We have 100 chicken for eggs. We have 2 cows for milk. And then we have food. We have rice, we have fish pond, we have a lot of fruit tree. We use organic banana to feed our cows. Our chicken eat organic rice. Even rich people in the city cannot buy organic food to eat. We feel like this is very special. Life is one thing we can design it. So life is easy if we design it to make it easy. If it's hard, it's wrong. So that's my story to tell you today. And then I want to say that life is in our hand. We can design it the way we want it. Whenever you feel suffer, you feel stressed, you feel tense, remember that you have choice to have fun anytime. Just change our thinking. It's okay to think different from normal people. It's not our problem, it's their problem. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Great. Time for self-reflection. Just to test the waters, I will allow 2 questions, straight from the heart. Would you join Jon in Panpan, or you have other ideas? 2 questions or 2 thoughts. In KL, I give them 3 counts. Here, I'm going to give 5. 1, 5, 4. Yes, second one. Can we get the mics there? Can you please stand so that the person with the microphones can bring them to you? Yeah, one is right in front of me here. It's middle row. The other is this row. I think fourth row. No? Yes? No?
Can you repeat the question, please?
This is a test. What Jon has said for the last at least half an hour. So would you go to where he is in Panpan, or do you stay where you are?
I'm going to Pampan.
Jon, can you take one more? I know you can't take many.
We have volunteer a lot.
For sure. With my family. Because I'm from the fish farm, Tilapia Omega-3. Okay. I really salute what you have done. Really salute. It's awesome job. Very sincere from your heart. And really capture what is Pangkor Dialogue today, International Forum on Sustainable and Inclusive Development. Yes. And that is the best I've ever heard from a farmer like you in agriculture.
Beautiful comments from a beautiful person, but please introduce yourself. So now if Jon decide on polygamy, maybe he has a chance.
I'm Asmadi Ahmad from Ipoh, from fish farm.
Fish farm.
Tilapia Omega-3. I'm going to your farm as soon as possible with my family.
Kata-kata adalah janji. Thank you. The next one, please. No, gone. Once, twice. Otherwise, I'll move to the front. Where? Okay, there. Please. The one behind first. Excuse me, sir. Yeah. We take the lady from, it's always ladies first, right?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Amy. I am a teacher in Thailand. And I like that you told me that school kill a lot of people. School kill a lot of kids, and I agree with you. So I try to teach the new way. I let my students like choose what they want to learn, because if they are happy, they have power to learn. I don't have to force them to learn. And I taught my new way. I explained something like this to my director and my boss. And you know what? They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. And they tell me that, hey, you cannot do that. You have to teach your students like for gain their score. And they're not happy to do that. It's like they don't need it. They have to find a way to learn by themselves. So then they can learn without a teacher. So it's like, I don't understand why they don't understand. Why my director don't understand about that.
So what do you want Jon to do? Become a politician and become Prime Minister?
I like that. I want to be like that.
Thank you. Okay, the absolute last one.
Right. So last night during dinner, I had the privilege of sitting right next to Jon. Remember the awards dinner, this round table? And I saw him extremely getting a little squirmy with every course meal coming in, those big fish and all this foods coming in. And so I asked him, hey, so we started talking, and I asked him, so does this not make you happy, the food? He says, no. Then I asked him, what makes you happy? And he says, gardening at my farm. Look at that, an 8-course meal, and he wants to go back to the farm. It's phenomenal. Thanks for being an inspiration, Jon.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause. What do you want to give to get that right to ask a question?
Because
would you sponsor 10 Perakhian to go to Panpan?
I have a problem.
Go ahead.
I have a problem. I have to mentor and coach a dozen over company CEOs. And they all have mental problem, heart problem, nightmare. They are very busy 24 hours. They are suffering and they're still struggling. I have no answer. So today I learned one thing, that success is not the key to happiness. But if you want to find the happiness is the key to success, I will send the dozen of CEO to your place. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully with money and donations. Thank you so much, Jon Jandai.
Thank you. Thank you.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you.